Well, here I am, folks. Still have the eye. It's now all the way across. It's not just on one side. We'll see if that clears up in a few days. So, once again, we're battling the algorithm, trying to let YouTube know that I'm still here. If you are here, shout out in the chat and let me know that you are down there, and I will answer you back. So, why did I go live again today? Well, like I said, I'm trying to get the old algorithm to recognize that I'm back in the saddle. And I got a little package in the mail from my old buddy Mike Fee. So, I kind of want to open this up and see what he sent me. Here somewhere, I've got a pair of scissors that I can open this with. But, here they are. They're hiding. So, I'm going to get down into this package here and see what my buddy sent me. I'm curious. Very curious. What I think it's comic books. It's a comic book carrier keeper. It is. Oh my goodness. So what do we have here from Mike Fee? Well, the first one is Weird Worlds featuring Tarzan. Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan. That is wild. Action jammed adventure. Also has John Carter of Mars in it as well. David Innes finds his beloved in the clutches of a beast. Oh my. So they're also not only Tarzan and John Carter, but we're also in Pellucidar at the Earth's core. That is awesome, Mike. Next we have Superman Family Giant. This is number 173. Wow. The Menace of the Micro Monsters. Now that we're rid of Superman 2, nobody can stop us, Jimmy. Yeah, Kandor is ours, Sarna. Uh-oh, Lois Lane becomes a superbug. Oh no. Supergirl is ambushed by an alien. Oh no. So we got Jimmy Olsen, Supergirl, and Lois Lane. And Crypto the Superdog has his day. Cool. All right. So when Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane comic books were finally canceled, that would be Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen and Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane. Uh, they did them into the Superman family comic book, so the stories continued even though their issues were canceled. And finally, we have number 24 and number 27 of Enter the Lost World of the Warlord, the Song of Lygia. Cool. There's our warlord swimming under the water there. And the secret of the lost world of the warlord revealed at last, number 27. And it says Atlantis dying. Cool. All right. Thank you, Mike Fee. More comic goodies to add to the collection down here. Appreciate that, man. Always great to have a little something coming in the mail. Gojitron, you're on again, and I'm still at work. I appreciate you telling me what you did, sort of, but you didn't tell me what you do there. Not that it's any of my business, mind you, but I mean, do you shuffle paperwork? Are you an accountant? Do you run a machine? I mean, I run a machine. I work at a company that makes ports that go on the cylinder of a bobcat, the the hydraulic cylinder. They're ports that go on a hydraulic cylinder on a bobcat, like a front end loader. So there you go. Anyway, I just popped in. I wanted to tell Mike V thank you for sending me those comics, and I thought we would hang out for a little bit and just kind of test the algorithm a little bit. I also want to test the stream. And the bit rate does kind of dip a little bit occasionally, you know. So I don't know what causes that. I tried to fix that yesterday, and I thought I did, and the stream stayed healthy the whole time I was on. And today the bit rate dropped a little bit. So right now it seems to be doing just fine. Let's see what happens when we actually play like. Machine operator, one of the useful people. There you go. I'm a machine operator too. We are useful. So you're operating a machine and you're still able to. I guess you got me on the headphones or whatever while you're operating your machine. Okay. I'm going to play a commercial and then and see what happens when we play some. I don't know. So some put some load on the system when we're playing videos and stuff. Sometimes that the videos give it a load. Now, I made a new commercial break the other day, and that's the one I think I want to play right now. I was able to find my favorite Eminem commercial that I remembered from when I was a kid. Here we go. Let's watch these commercials real quick and see what happens.
And now, these messages.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Rich milk chocolate and fresh crunchy peanuts, but no chocolate mess, cause M&M's have a bright candy shell.
M&M's chocolate candies, we think you're grand. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
M&M's plain and peanut chocolate candies.
It's the fishing invention of the century. There's never been anything like it. Popeil's Pocket Fisherman. Men, women, youngsters can cast almost like experts the very first time. Small enough to fit in glove compartment, backpack, any travel bag, or even in your pocket. And Pocket Fisherman's handle is its own mini tackle box. Flip up the special DuPont nylon rod and you're ready to fish anytime. Even catch big ones like this with heavy test line and your favorite lure and shock absorber. Pocket Fisherman is made with a smooth action Johnson spin casting reel filled with Trilene XL line, and boy does it catch fish. It's the perfect outfit for casting in tight spots. You can even hang it on your belt. Expert or amateur will love Popeil's Pocket Fisherman. It's rod, reel, line, bobber, hook, the whole thing. Yes, it's fishing fun for the whole family, and only $19.95. What a gift.
As evening approaches Toothopolis, so do the cavity creeps.
Oh no, cavity creep!
Hurry, the crest's up.
Cavity creep spotted.
We make holes in teeth.
Crest's florist can will fix them.
Not crest!
Yay! Crest!
Watch treats
See your dentist.
and fight the cavity creeps like the crest team.
Fight cavities with Crest.
Hi, I'm Woodsy Owl. In order to try and stop pollution, we need more help. So, help Woodsy spread the word. Come on, never be a dirty bird. No matter where you go, you can let some people know to give a hoot, don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good.
All right, Bubbles, get ready to hit the dirt.
I should have become an accountant.
Oh, stop worrying, kid. We're going to give this bathroom the shine of its life. Show those germs no mercy. Dig in, kid, dig in. Clean and shine. Disinfect, deodorize. We'll never scratch or leave any grit. Oh, we never do, we never do. You did good, kid. Now let's go down a drain together. We work hard, so you don't have to.
Dow Bathroom Cleaner with scrubbing bubbles.
They're doing push-ups in Peoria. They're jogging in L.A. They're exercising everything in lots of crazy ways. What take it from the chopper? Hey, the chopper, yeah, that's me. If you want to have great choppers, exercise your teeth. Exercise those choppers, really chew, chew, chew. Exercise those choppers on some good hard food. Your molars grind, your canines tear, incisors bite right through. So exercise those choppers on some good hard food. Pumpernickel, carrot sticks, crunchy fruits and nuts. Things you really have to chew will make your choppers tough. So take it from the chop, 'cause choppers know it's true. Exercise is great, but exercise your choppers too. Hey, chopper, how about running a few laps with us? Hey, later, man. I'm eating a celery stick. This is hard exercise.
And I am back, and we're looking at the toy cam here. Here's the comics that Mike Fee sent once again. Thank you, Mike Fee. We appreciate these comics. They will be added to the comic box down there. So I'm glad to have those. We're testing the algorithm, making it remember that we're here. Da Vinci B has come in to visit. Hello, Da Vinci B. Good to see you. If you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate all the subscriptions I can get. It really helps me as much as I can to jumpstart this algorithm and let them know that I am back, and I'm doing the best I can to try to get the channel back up and running again like it used to. So what I need to do, I need to start making some videos and upload them. I'm going to be doing that soon. I need to get this Castle Grayskull playset opened up so that I can compare it to the other one. This is the one that's the Mark Taylor Grayskull, so I want to get it done. So, but we opened the King and the Queen the other day. That was fun. We had a lot of folks in that day. Today we've got Gojitron in. He's at work right now. And Da Vinci B. I don't know if there's anybody else here watching or not, but if you're here, shout out in the chat and I will shout you back. So what are we doing? Well, we played some commercials, put a little load on the system, stayed at a pretty steady 10 kilobits per second. So let's go and play a set of music and fun. If you've never seen the music and fun, I'll do a little stop motion and add some music to it, and try to use the toys to have a little fun. So let's check that out.
Ready? 2, 3. What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning.
Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning. Put him in a longboat till he's over. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning.
Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Stick him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him. Early in the morning.
Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning. Give him a dose of salt and water. Give him a dose of salt and water. Give him a dose of salt and water. Early in the morning. Way hey oh, way hey oh, way hey oh. Early in the morning.
That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor. That's what we do with a drunken sailor. Early in the morning.
Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning. 1,000 souls still praise her flame. Cold and calm, her gaze can kill. She bends the world with iron will. Every whisper, every vow, she turns to power, she knows how. Midnight crowned and warm within, the dark bends where she's always been. She's the queen of shadow light, dancing through the dead of night. Wicked truth in violet flame, say her name and never be the same. Evil in your fate divine, power bright and dark design. Evil in your fate divine, queen of shadows born to shine. Caverns echo with her ancient name. 1,000 souls still praise her flame. Cold and calm, her gaze can kill. She bends the world with iron wills of love. Every whisper, every vow, she turns to power, she knows how. Midnight crowned and war within, the dark bends where she's always been. She's the queen of shadow light, dancing through the dead of night. Wicked truth in violet flame, say her name and never be the same. Evil in your fate divine, power blind and dark design. Evil in all fate divine, queen of shadows born to shine.
Flames are pouring from the buildings now. There's cars toppled, buildings entire and just crushed and crumbled. I'm not sure if it's safe to report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. Civil Defense has informed me that the surrounding areas are in ruin. I see some people running now. In the opinion of this reporter, if this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
In the great hall of the Justice League, of the Justice League.
Hey, and we are back. I wanted to shout out Mike V. Hey, Joneser, I see you out there, and yes, indeed, I saw what you did there. What are we doing? You said, are we fighting the algorithm, or have the algorithm been fought? We're fighting it right now, brother. We're letting the algorithm know I'm back. I'm here. Uh, I'm watching my stream to see if it stays healthy. We're not getting the dropped frames that we were getting the other day, although the stream still is going up and down. But that's kind of normal, but it's staying around 10 kilobits per second, which is where I have it set at. If it gets down below 6,800 kilobits per second, it kind of gives me a warning. I've had one warning, otherwise the stream has stayed good to excellent. So I may have that one leaked. Now there's only one other thing I can do to try to solve the issue if it continues, and I really don't want to do that, but we'll get into that some other time. But I wanted to show once again, since Mike Fee came to join us, I got those comics that you sent me, Mike. Here, I'll put on the main camera here, right here. So we've got Warlord. That's Warlord 27 and 24. And we've got Giant Superman Family. That's number 173. And finally, this one here is probably going to be one of my favorites. This is Weird Worlds number 4, featuring Tarzan, John Carter of Mars, and also David Innes, who is at the Earth's core in Pellucidar. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Mike V. I appreciate that. Appreciate these comics. Like I said, I'm going to put them into the old comic bag down there. That Mike Fee is a great guy. Yes, he is. Hi, Bill and everyone. I'm late. No, you're just in time. Radical Mom. Good to see you. And Mark's Toys and Games. Hello, Bill. How are you? I am doing well. Yes, I have a burst blood vessel in my eye. It looks awful, but it doesn't feel bad at all. I don't even know that it's there until someone points it out to me. I looked it up. It's just something that happens, and it'll clear up in a couple of days. So I just have to live with it for right now. I'm testing the system. I'm taxing my system a little bit by playing a little bit of music and fun and some commercials and stuff like that. That's where the algorithm hit him back. There you go, Joneser. There you go. How are you doing, Joneser? I'm curious, and if you want to chat a little later, I'll put up a Google Meet or something. We can hang out in there until I get ready for bed. I usually do these for 30 minutes in the afternoon. Now I want to do that for a few days to try to jumpstart the old algorithm. So I'm going to do like a couple more music and fun sets, and then I'll probably call it a day. But I just set up another set of music and fun. It sounds good. If you wish to tax your system more, let me know. Well, we could do that, Joneser, if you would like. The thing is, I've set up a new control room link, and hopefully, if anyone joins, it'll be a better. I'll tell you what. Let me come over here and see if I can get it going. I'm going to copy the control room link to the clipboard, Joneser, and I will send it to you on the old IG there, and see if you want to do this. I mean, it's up to you, but this is the new link. Let me add something into that link to help you out just a little bit, so you don't have to worry about something. Hang on, I'm sending it. Just give me a second. There we go. Give me a minute. I'm upstairs. Well, you got plenty of time. I sent you the new link on the Instagram. You should just be able to click it and go straight into the control room. In the meantime, I'm going to play some music and fun, and I'm going to set myself up in the control room, guys. So here we go.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew up her bow, dip down, or below my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Zodiac's vigilant stance. No side taken in the fray, in the cosmos night and day, judging actions as they come. Zodiac's work is never done.
All right, I've got some folks here. I'm going to bring them on in just a second. All right, first of all, I'm going to be talking to these guys, and you can't hear them, but I can right now. You can't see them yet either. First of all, can you guys see each other? Can you hear each other? I think I made a huge mistake with Johnny's when I brought him in. I had some shit set that I didn't need to have set. I think I fixed that. Unfortunately, your camera is sitting in vertical mode instead of landscape. Uh, let me see. All right, all right. Yeah, it'll be kind of weird, won't it? All right, thing is, all right. I don't know if you can see this or not, but if you've got an iPhone, if you click right here, you can get that crap off. Uh, that little lock that locks your mode, so that when you move your camera around, it'll change your camera as well. I don't know if that because you're using your phone, right? Which it should work, but if it don't, that's fine. I'm gonna bring Joneser in. You hang tight now. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna bring Joneser in first, and then I want to try to bring you in. Uh, Bill teaches me many things. Uh, Am, am I really teaching you anything, Salt? I don't know. I don't know if I'm teaching you crap or not. I he can't hear you yet, Joneser. Hold on. Let me bring Joneser in so you can see Joneser, and then I got to try to bring our other guest in. All right. All right, let's see. Where everything's all fucked up. Here we go. The guest intro. We always got an intro, Joneser, right?
What's up, everybody? It's Joneser, your favorite comic book guy. So let's do this!
Ha ha! There, we're here. We're here.
What's up, folks?
We've got another guest. We've got another. Entertain them while I try to get him set up.
I will do that. So, everybody, the last time we attempted this feat of amazing daring do, we have the flaming net and the hoop, and Bill attempted to jump through it, doing a triple backflip somersault. It was the most ungraceful thing I've ever seen. He caught on fire, smashed into the audience, landed on the fat lady. The clowns beat him up. It was terrible. But this is going to be a redemption here. We're getting a total redemption because this is going to work this time. This time he is going to nail the 3-point landing and then get a ta-da, and he'd be like Mary Lou Retton on a broken leg, Olympic champion. We're doing it, right?
There he is. Now I see his face. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to do some jiggery pokery here to try to fix it. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't do that.
No, don't get cute.
We'll just leave it like it is. Yeah,
that's how you landed in the clowns last time.
No, that's not how I landed in the clowns last time. Hey, it's my favorite comic book guy.
He's in rare form tonight too. You've been warned.
So Mike Fee says, "I'm glad I got to watch your show live." That means you're leaving. Please don't leave. We're just now getting our second guest in. I don't have an intro for you yet. I didn't get a chance to go and steal.
We're going to have to make one.
Get something off of your YouTube so that I could do this. But let's try to see if we can get the second guest in. All right.
Hold on.
I've got a guest scene that has 3 guests. Where is it at? Help me out, Joneser. Look
in my OBS. What's on your end?
Look in my OBS and tell me where I put it, man.
See none of it. I'm lucky to be here. I don't even know how to do any of this. Now,
I've got 2 guests. Guest scene, 2 guests.
Okay, now the thing confuses me because we got Mrs. Fantastic, who is looking.
She's
fantastic.
Back here behind.
How are you? There she is.
I'm looking.
Mrs. Weird. Do you prefer Mrs. Weird or Mrs. Fantastic? I know which one I would like.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
4 guests here, and I don't want to do 4 guests. I want to do 3 guests. I found it. Okay. All right.
Yes. See, she's your good luck.
But it's showing Johnny instead of him. All right. Let me see here. What is going on here? All right.
I get confused. This is Mark's Toys and Games, but the name of the channel is Toys of a Time Gone By.
It was, but he changed
it. Oh, so it's like Prince. It's the channel formerly known as the Toys of the Time Gone. What's the new name of the channel?
Mark's
Toys and Games. So it does match the. Okay.
Yes.
So have you got him in yet, or do we need an intro?
No, I'm still working on it because
working on it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are here to announce Mark's Toys and Games live on Whoa. Jones are just landed in the clouds. I messed up the name I knew. How do I do that? Anyway, it's weird. It's fantastic. We don't know what we're doing. We're making it up as we go.
Once again, I'm hunting the scene that I want to put us in. Here we go. All right.
Found it.
Mark's Toys and Games, folks. There he is. He's down there. I don't have an overlay for you yet. Let me see if I can fix
We
you.
love you, Joneser.
I do my best. By my best, I mean my absolute worst.
Right. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna try.
There we are.
Mark, don't look at the YouTube feed. Look at this. Get the YouTube feed.
Is it this camera or that one?
It's like Art Bell. Do you remember watching Art Bell back in the day? Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
I watch him. I still listen to him.
Yeah, I know. There's a couple of YouTube channels you can listen to whole shows on. And then one of them even has an AI of him sitting there smoking his cigarette.
He's the guy, man. He's the man. I listen to the EVP ones all the time.
All right, let's see if we got you an overlay here so the folks can know. There he is. Look at there. Look. I'm the man.
He is.
Let us know if the stream messes up.
It's pretty awesome.
I would like to know if the stream messes up.
I'm watching it. I think I think you pulled it off here. You got your redemption. You
think
did it.
so? You think
I
so?
do. I think we did it. You did it. I'm going to take credit, even though I'm just here.
Right. Take all the credit you want, brother. Take all the credit.
I didn't do anything but just show up.
There we go. Take the subscribe thing off of my picture here. So that
I don't know if you saw it, Mark, but the last time we attempted this, it was a total S show.
I've got the up all night. Oh, you can get that off there. There we go. I had it up all night. There we go. Put X-ray boy up there.
Up all night, sleep all day.
Stream, the whole thing, like we were
exploded.
It did.
Oh yeah,
Johnny couldn't see or hear me, and I could hear and see Johnny.
I figured out what was going on with that, by the way. One time I showed you what my control room actually looks like.
Yes. Yes.
All
Have you folks ever flown a jet airplane? Imagine just buzzers and screens and levers and whistles and numbers. I knew what all of it meant.
Yeah, it looks pretty good so far, guys. Just pretty good. Okay, it's looking just pretty good there, John. That's better than looking like shit.
If it didn't crash, we're doing great.
Now, I'm not judging or anything, Mark, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Well, we're going to figure out how to get you in landscape mode next time so you fill out the picture.
Yeah, I don't understand why. This usually does
clear. You're clear as a freaking bell. I can tell you that.
That's great. We got his whole head in there. It's awesome. He's there.
Yeah. But
it's my big noggin.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just doesn't have a bunch of junk behind him like we do. He's just got probably a normal living room.
There's other things that I can do to try to help you guys. Oh, look, check it out
in the living room.
Joneser, can you and Mark entertain people while I go and take care of some
absolutely
very urgent business here? I will be right back. I promise.
We got this.
I'll even do one of these deals here.
He's doing stuff, Mark.
Oh, look, check that out.
Did he go?
Yeah, look at that. Yes.
All right. So, Mark,
Yes.
what what are you collecting right now? What are you into? Where's
Well,
Mark's money go?
all right. So right now I'm collecting. I'm trying to stay with a little bit more with the vintage stuff.
Okay.
So I recently just picked up a. Ever hear of the Hot Wheels key force?
I can't say that I have, but I'm not a Hot Wheels guy.
Well, it's like their answer to Mask. Back in the like 92, they had these cars that you just put the key in and you turn them and they opens up, and they were like big 8-inch cars. They're like the size of Mask stuff. And you open them up and they like missiles pop out of them and all that like that on the side. And they're very interesting, and it comes actually. I bought one pretty cheaply with the box and the instructions and everything for like $20
Oh, you
on
stole it.
eBay. Yeah, so I mean, trying to do more vintage. I'm not crazy about what's going on with Motu right now with the movie figures. I'm not too crazy about it. I want to finish up the line, the Origins line, and try to get more of those. I just picked up a Laser Light He-Man, uh, and I'm trying to stay back a little bit, not buying as much of the newer stuff, being that the prices have just really exploded.
Yeah.
I'm trying to back off a little bit of the newer um, Motu stuff and pick and choose the Chronicles. Like I did, I did actually purchase the um, the Chronicles King Grayskull,
Okay.
which I thought was pretty good. They go into the route where I don't have a Masterverse figure that I don't. Let's say I have a Chronicles figure. I mean a Masterverse figure. I don't want to get the same Chronicles figure. You know what I mean? I just want to kind of like get something I don't have.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. You hit the nail right on the head as far as the talking about how much new toys cost nowadays. The collecting game is, and it's always been. I've been a toy fan, toy collector, and a comic book fan, a comic book collector, and
Yes.
it's not a cheap hobby, neither one of them. And have both of them together, it's a kiss of death.
Oh,
Let me tell you.
absolutely.
So all of my blow money or free money goes to either comics or toys or you know, trying to play the I have a little store, so I try to do the flipper game, you know, try
Oh
to make a
yeah.
little money in the hobby, which some people might, use that ugly word and call me a scalper, which is fine. I'll wipe my tears with your money.
Well, I mean, you have to make a little money in order to buy more toys that you want. So you have to kind of flip some.
Yeah.
I
Well,
agree with that.
especially with the comic books, it's once I started selling out of my personal collection and selling my own personal toys, I was like, you know what? I've given my heart and my love to this hobby. I am not the evil guy on Toy Story 2, that's stealing Woody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I
Uh,
it's a business. And just like anything with business, it's not for your heart and it's not for your better nature. It's business. You're here to win, you know.
that's what I do. I mean, I agree with that 100%. I do the same thing. Right now, I'll be like, I'm trying to kind of push some other stuff that I have doubles and triples of. And kind of like pushing a bunch of Origins stuff that right now I have them already, so I'm kind of pushing them out to make more room to try to get the more vintage stuff. You know, that's what I'm
Sure.
doing.
Now, you mentioned a few times that you're just collecting the vintage or mainly collecting the vintage stuff. What is it about the vintage stuff that you prefer? Is it the nostalgia factor that I had this when I was a kid, or I didn't get this when I was a kid, or because the new stuff almost begs to be posed and played with and messed with? But I've noticed vintage things in my collection just sit on a shelf, and that's a toy for looking at. That's not a toy for touching and messing with. But I guess the question is, what are your reasons for the collecting the vintage?
A little bit of what you said each. which I do in as a child. That was the first thing I had is actually Masters of the Universe was one of is absolutely my favorite line. And I didn't have all the figures as a child, but I had the main figures and the in Castle Grayskull, and I needed to have them back, and I needed to get the other figures like Scareglow I didn't have, and I needed to
Send
get
you
these
one.
other figures. Yeah, and I just think that the new stuff, Origins, it's a lot of nostalgia with it too, because I think that Origins really hits that button with nostalgia. So it brings me back to when I was a child. And
Sure.
then you have all the new stuff coming out with all the articulation, crazy articulation on those. And you say to yourself, well, when is enough enough at times? Because of the prices. My main reason is the prices now. I mean, they're getting to the point
Oh, it's
where
bad. I'm a Marvel
it's
Legends guy. The prices are nuts there, you know.
yeah,
But
I mean,
but look at all the things I get. Look, like Punisher gets a gun, and there's one in his holster, and I can make his hand do that, and you
it's
can't.
awesome. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
but is it overpriced plastic, reprinted stuff, retool, or Yes, that's always been the game. You know, selling us back our childhoods now that we have adult money.
But they're selling us our nostalgia, right? They're cashing in
Yes.
on nostalgia. But in the beginning, these things weren't that pricey in the beginning when they were doing it. But what happened is it's gotten to the point where I'm like, it's pulling me out of the game and it's pushing me back into the more of the vintage because it's actually cheaper to pretty much get the vintage stuff now.
Yeah, in some ways, like you mentioned, the Scarecrow figure, that would not be a great example of that,
No,
but yes, for the most part, that was the big thing when Scarecrow came out early for Motu Origins, because a lot of us vintage collectors didn't have that one, you know. Yes,
I've
sir.
got a question for you, Joneser. You're the one who sells stuff. Actually, sells shit. He actually sells shit. He's not like us, where we hoard shit and we live in a room full of shit and we refuse to sell. Yes, but you actually get on eBay and sell. You actually have a
Yes.
store that you actually sell shit in.
Yes.
Tell me and the viewers and Mark, uh, when the Origins line took off, did it actually bring the value of the vintage figures down?
Some yes and some no. Like that's a mixed bag. Which figure would be the better question to that? Which figure? Because some of them, yeah, they but like some of the rarer ones, like the Scareglows and the Trap Jaws and whatnot. Like once a Scareglow came out for Origins, it did two things. One, it made the vintage one for a little while there seem like it's not really a good buy anymore, because I can go get this one for $20 and it looks just fine sitting right there next to my vintage ones. No one would even know, but then later people, well, I want a vintage one, and that money trickles back up with the trends.
Well, the reason I asked that, one of the things that I've noticed amongst the channels on YouTube that feature people who like Motu toys, I won't name any names, but one of the things that they like to do is replace the vintage figures in their displays with Origins figures, because the Origins figures pose better and are more durable and don't fall over and require little stands on their footsies and all that shit. Has that been a factor in maybe the fact that people are wanting to buy these Origins figures over the vintage figures?
I can only speak from my own personal experience as a guy who buys and sells things. Now, when I got into Origins hot. I bought everything I could get, and I've since fallen out of love with it. But I had a massive vintage collection, almost completed. As I looked at my Origins collection and my vintage collection, and I just got into the Masterverse too. After a while, you start going like, man, I don't have enough room for all this Masters of the Universe stuff I have. And my wife's almost like, you got like 6 different Skeleton Mans. Like, how many of them do you need? And then I just noticed when the vintage stuff started to crawl back up a little, and I thought, okay, I'm either going to sell the Origin stuff or I'm going to sell the vintage stuff. And it was just as simple. There's more demand and I could make more money off the vintage one. And the vintage one, honestly, was just sitting there anyway. If I ever pulled one out to monkey with, it was the Origin one every time. So yeah, I sold off my entire vintage collection. I regret that now. But at the time, I got good money for the figures and whatnot. And I've kept the pieces that Origins hasn't made yet. So I've got like the Bashosaurus, I've got, whatever ones, they haven't made yet. And I think it's fine. It just sits there most of the time anyway. So to each their own. You collect what you love, keep what you want. And if you sell things, God, sell it for as good as you can. And if it's a friend, give them the friend price. That's what I do.
Mike Fee says that as far as he's concerned, the prices haven't devalued as far as vintage since Origins came out. He also
where it boomed was in the Netflix, the Toys That Made Us show. It almost overnight that stuff went up. You could get all those vintage ones cheap before that cartoon or that show hit.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that well. I got tired of buying everything as soon as it came out. The FOMO was real. Then later you're like, what the fuck did I do? Not only that, but then you look at like Night Stalker and you think, I paid full price for this thing and now it's only $12.
Giving it away.
That's true.
And of course, I like Salt says the mistakes we make when thinning out. I've made those mistakes in the past. And believe you me, I'll never make them again because now I live in a hoard room. At least my room doesn't have trash bags full of doo-doo in it. I have real cool stuff in here. Okay. And you were talking
Keep
about
the doo-doo in that corner.
Right. You were talking about vintage figures that beg to be played with. This is a line of vintage figures that beg to be played with. And I don't know if you noticed this or not, Mark, but this is the little girl that's the astronaut from the Alpha probe with the blonde hair. The one that you normally see as a brunette. The blonde-haired girl, she's rare, and I was actually able to get my hands on her.
Very cool. This is the little pieces that I actually like that you have in your collection. These things that you have, you bring in such unique items out to show, and I like that. I like those niche type of figures and play sets and things like that. I really like that.
Well, you bring up a good point, Mark, and it's probably something that that Joneser has told me I need to get back to. Other YouTubers that I won't name will have told me that I probably need to get back to doing this. When I first started the channel, all right, what does weird, fantastic toy adventures mean? A lot of people don't understand that. Well, first of all, I would make videos with the toys doing things, doing skits, being funny. Those were the weird adventures. And then you have the fantastic adventures. I would bring out toys that are vintage toys that maybe you have never seen before, like monster scenes, which were model kits that came out in the 1970s that moms and dads decided that were teaching kids how to be serial killers and got taken off the market quickly. But all it was like Frankenstein and Vampirella. And of course, there was one little one that we called Vicky. She was the victim. Oh, that was horrible. How could you have a victim?
Vicky, the victim.
Yeah, her name is Vicky. We call her Vicky for short. And of course, you have Dr. Deadly and all that. I bring them out on Halloween. If you go back and look at the Halloween specials, you can see this stuff. Had big scenes with them. Had a pendulum from the Pit and the Pendulum. It's a big blade that swings back and forth. And you take Vicky, the little victim, and you strap her onto this marble table and you swing this thing and cut her in half. This was cool stuff, but they were model kits. You had to put them together and paint them. Or the weirdos. Joneser likes my weirdos. You may have seen, Digger, the the dragster, and then you got Huey's Hot Rod, who's driving an outhouse dragster or whatever. When I do my music and fun, those are based on model kits that came out back in the '60s, and they were re-released as Grodies in the '70s. And I remember them when they were re-released. And I've got one that I have yet to paint called Davey. He's a motorcyclist. But yeah, they're cool stuff like that. I need to get back to showcasing stuff like that, like you said, Mark, stuff that is what you would find cool, but you may have never seen it before, but it was out there.
Yeah. I mean, I have something really weird that you may or may not know, Bill. I'm going to show it to you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to walk over here. And you may know this and you may not. I'm not sure, but here I'm going to show you.
I can surprise folks occasionally. I know
That's
that
Scuba
is
Steve.
Cool.
Electro Man.
Electro Man. And he's got a big flashlight on top of his head, and it probably lights up when you put the batteries in him and turn it on. Yeah, I remember you talking about that with me either in the chat or on Instagram, and then I looked it up on the Google, and I saw that, and I'm like, this is cool. It's like a G.I. Joe figure with a light bulb in his head.
He's huge. No, this light doesn't work. He is huge. He's 14 inches tall.
Wow.
And I said to myself, I think he's either from 79 or 82, one of those. I'm not 100%. I think he's either 79 or 82, this guy.
Right.
But he is really, I saw the first time I saw this guy, because I didn't know who he was, the channel, Hebrews channel, he showed it in his channel, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I want to get that. I went on eBay, of course, and I got him for he was like $20.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Well, he kind of reminds me, not with the light bulb in his head, but the way he's dressed. He kind of reminds me of a toy that I had when I was a kid called Bullet Man. Do you remember Bullet Man?
I don't remember Bullet Man.
Okay, he was part of the G.I. Joe figures action line that came out towards the end of the full-size G.I. Joe figures. He was about yay tall, and he wore a red onesie with a bullet logo on it, and he had this bullet-shaped silver helmet with little eye holes in it. And you had this string thing that you could a harness that you put him in with a string in it, and you pull it, and he would fly through the air. But
that's pretty cool.
Bullet Man.
Let's see if I can find a picture of it. Bullet Man.
Now you've heard. We all heard of Big Jim, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not born yet when that came out, so I don't know it. I only know it from looking into the history of He-Man.
I remember Big Jim. Big Jim.
Do you remember the air? It was actually the airplane play set. It looks like inside a big airplane. Skyhawk or Sky something. I actually have that. I purchased it. That thing, it just opens up to like 4 feet wide.
Jesus.
It just closes it closes like one of those cardboard sets. That it's the cardboard with the laminated cardboard sets. Yeah, that thing is that thing is pretty cool. I mean, I'll use them with my Electro Man, I think.
All right. I'm going to try to set up a scene here. You guys can keep talking, but I'm going to be setting up a scene here so that I can show the people Bullet Man on the web browser here while we're all in the room together. That's going to be kind of easy.
For Bill's next trick, he's going to shoot himself out of a cannon, and he's going to try not to land in the tent.
Right.
So that's where we're at here.
Well, that would be fun, right?
But Bill was mentioning about, or no, excuse me, Mark was talking about mixing play sets with different things or using something that was intended for something else and putting something else in it. I kind
Yeah.
of like that a little bit with the Playmates because they did the Ninja Turtle line and they did Dick Tracy. And the Dick Tracy stuff was like perfect size to be like a goon for like the Ninja Turtles to beat up, you know.
Oh
So it
yeah.
worked out. They were kind of cartoony looking gangsters, so they made perfect bad guys for the turtles, you know. And
You
then they
can mix
fit the
those up.
city. So, excuse me.
Playmates made figures that you can actually use, like their figures, like the Toxic Crusaders,
Yeah, the
and
Police
like
Academy, I think, or
you
whatever.
can kind of mix them up.
Right.
They're all
Yeah,
like
they're
the
all the same
same.
scale. Yeah, that
Yeah.
squatty kind of almost like a because He-Man had that squatty appearance, you know. But yeah, they do. They all work. You can put the Dick Tracy figures in the Turtles sewer lair thing, and it
Yeah.
looks like, you know, it could be a Dick Tracy scene, you know, with the fence and the cityscape. You know, and they're kind of neat.
What do you
Neat when you
think?
can use different stuff for different stuff.
What do you think would have happened if Mattel said, "Okay, we'll do Star Wars"?
Oh,
Would there be He-Man? What do
probably
you
not.
think would have happened?
No, I don't think He-Man's whole existence was something to compete with Star Wars. So yeah,
Yeah.
He-Man would not happen. I don't. It would have been a Conan the Barbarian line, and it had failed. You know,
Yeah.
that's probably what it would have been.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, I guess if they said yes, we would have no Masters of the Universe.
But would the Star Wars figures look the same then? Because Mattel would be designing them and doing them. Would we have gotten a different Star Wars? Would it have been as good? You know,
Yeah, that's true.
because that you can't ask one without the other. You know, like,
That's
but yeah,
true.
He-Man exists basically because they wanted to put a Star Wars figure here and a He-Man figure here and be like, look at what we got and look at what you don't. You know, like it was
Yeah.
intentional. Everything was bigger, fatter, more muscular, more powerful, more. It was, you know, and they took that Star Wars formula. Well, we need to have a, you know, big hero and big bad guy, play sets and vehicles, and, you know, yeah, it
Because
wouldn't exist.
yeah, it wouldn't be. And
Man
it was
would have never
originally,
happened.
yeah, because it originally, what you know, in the beginning of when they were coming up with the idea of He-Man, um, they were going to do the Conan line for the movies, but decided to pull out because it was just too violent to sell to
It was
kids.
rated R. When they
It was
found out it was
violent.
rated R, they're like, no, we're not.
No.
It's like mom's head off in the first 5-10 minutes of the movie. I mean,
What we're looking at right now, guys, because I know you guys can't see what I'm showing here.
Scuba Steve.
I'm on the Google images here, and I looked up just Bullet Man toy, and we're just looking at some images of the old Bullet Man toys here. But I remember this toy and your light man. What was his name?
Electro Man.
Electro Man kind of reminds me sort of the Bullet Man here. I will let's go to Plaid Stallion's page here. There we go, and you can see he had this Bullet logo, and he had this funky Bullet helmet on his head. He had these boots, but yeah, I remember Bullet Man. He was kind of cool. Now, I have a little story about Bullet Man's helmet. See, I ruined my Bullet Man's helmet. Now, kids these days, it's all LED light bulbs and fluorescent light bulbs that don't get hot. We had incandescent light bulbs, kid. Those things would get hotter than all get out. We used to kind of hold the thermometer near them so we could make out like we had a fever and try to get out of going to school. Anyway, so I had this little lamp. It kind of looked like I got one over here that's kind of similar. I had this little lamp by my bedside that kind of looked like this. It had an incandescent bulb in it like this. and I had the lampshade off of it, and I noticed how cool Bullet Man's helmet would look when it was sitting on top of that light bulb with the light on. And the light would shine through the eye holes. And I'm like, this is so cool. Let me go find somebody and show it to him. And when we came back in, his helmet had melted across the light bulb.
Oh, oh my God. Whoa.
I was so sad.
Oh.
Gap After Dark. Boy, that's the hardest type of a condom I've ever seen. Whoa. Hello, sir. G.I. Joe Adventure Team, Bullet Man, Atomic Man, G.I. Joe versus the Intruder. Gojatron knows what it's all about. Yes, he does.
It was Scuba Steve.
And we have another Mike Fee in the room. I'm assuming that's the same Mike Fee because it says membership there, but he's either changed his name or he's on a different, I don't know.
Hey, Mike.
I greeted them both.
Thank you, Joneser. I see that. Look at Joneser greeting everybody in the chat.
I try.
And Gap After Dark laughing his ass off. All right, so anyway, there's Bullet Man. So I was able to put us all in the scene together. Isn't that neat there, Joneser? Look at there. We're actually looking at the interwebs over here. The stream is healthy over here.
You're pulling it off. You're making it happen.
The World Wide Web.
The interwebs, the tubes.
See, Bill doesn't
not a
just
big truck. It's a series of cubes.
Bill doesn't just star in his own YouTube channel and live stream. He produces it at the same time, makes it up on the fly, scripts it out of nowhere, surprises his guests. Like he's quite the wizard. You gotta watch this guy. He's tricky.
Yeah, and sometimes I piss guests off, and I don't mean it.
You caught on to that, did you?
I did. See, I'm not as dense as you think I am, Joneser. I'd be listening and stuff.
I know you're a sharp guy. Joneser can't hide his emotions. Joneser wears his heart on his sleeve.
It was, Mark. I don't know if you tried to watch the horrible Easter special that I actually unlisted.
Oh, it's not even up anymore.
It's up if you know where to look for it, but if you don't know where to look for it, you can't find it. Ha ha ha! How about that? We were having some weird issues that night. First of all, the stream kept pausing. Now, if you were to rewatch,
don't watch it.
I watched some of it.
If you were to watch the replay of it, you don't see that as much.
It was bad.
I had dropped frames out the ass. The stream kept going, kept giving me a warning saying that it was poor. The audio wasn't going through, the video wasn't going through. Then we tried to bring Johnny Sorensen in, and everything went to shit. I mean, went smooth to shit. And I'm like, I was Joneser. I don't know if you know this, but I was almost in tears. Okay. I've bought all this brand new equipment. I've spent
I get it.
And it's still doing the same shit.
I get it.
It was pissing me off. And this is not an excuse, okay, Joser. I'm not trying to make an excuse for what I pulled at the end of the night. But I'm one of these people. I cannot think right until I fix the fucking issue.
No, and I get that, and that's why I called that out when you pulled it off tonight. Hey, here he is. He made it. He got his redemption, and I'm happy that Mark was here to share that moment with us.
And
I'm glad to be here.
Johnny sends me a DM saying, "I apologize for screwing up your mojo."
Wasn't his
Johnny,
fault.
you didn't screw up my mojo. I screwed up my mojo. I didn't. I went in unprepared. The stream is strong so far. I think you guys have it figured out. But I was editing my channel name. But have a good night, guys. Well, you take care, Mike. I'm glad you came in. And hey, while you're here, once again, thanks for these comics, man. These comics are the bomb, man. I appreciate that, man. Anyway, there's always a solution to problems. You just have to find the solution to the problem. And this wasn't an obvious thing. I had to go into some forums and find some stuff that people were doing to solve it. This is an issue with OBS. And it also is an issue with Windows 11 and sound card, graphics cards and stuff like that. there's some stuff you have to turn off to stop this shit from happening. And I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't do my research. The other thing that I had fucked up was the control room. I had accidentally set the control room up so that guests could not see and hear each other. Now, why did it not affect Joneser? All right, those links that I sent you guys, those links have these little and symbols with some equal sign after it and some bullshit after it, and you don't know what any of that shit means. Well, it means something. It turns shit on and off to have that shit in there. One of them is the password. I put the password in there so you guys can just hit the link, boom, come in. You're not hit with a password challenge. Would I do that for anybody else? No, I probably wouldn't. There's a way to obscure the link, and there's a way to fix it where they have to use a password and you can change it later, blah, 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 blah. Too much information, guys. Anyway, I had the thing set up wrong for Johnny, and that's why Johnny couldn't see Joneser. But Joneser could see Johnny because Joneser's little hashtag thingies bullshit that was in his link had set it up so he could see and hear the other guests. Does that make any sense to either one of you guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it does.
Sometimes I sit here and I talk all this shit, and I can see the people's eyeballs, and they're tuning me out because I'm going so far over their head. They're like, what is this motherfucker even talking about? And they just look at me all funny and shit. And I'm sitting there, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking all this fucking shit, you know. But anyway, that's what happened. All right, let's see. There we go. We're back to 3 guests now. Okay. So I can take Bullet Man off the screen. And you guys are still here with me. My control room looks like crap, but that's okay. Let me go over here and do it. There, I can see all you guys in there. Oh, there. I just did a little kickstart.
Loop-de-loo, you know, circle.
Oh, but look. The thing is, what really mattered, I guess y'all can hear the train now.
Yeah.
I hear that train.
They can hear the train. The people on OBS can't. That's weird.
It's coming around the bend.
Yep. They can't hear it on OBS. You guys can hear it in the control room. That's weird because I've got a noise gate turned on for everybody, including me. So as long as we're talking, they can hear us, but they can't hear the background noise. You can't hear my air conditioner.
Bill, I got to call shenanigans to this show right here. It says afternoon delight. Now it is evening, sir. It is no longer the afternoon.
Oh, whatever.
So it should
say
shenanigans.
Enchanting I will exceed shenanigans to you there, Joneser. How about that?
There you go. I won shenanigans. Everybody saw that.
But you know what? That's why they fucking tune in. They want to see the fucking shenanigans. The shenanigans are entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah, when they go right. And when they go wrong.
I think they like to watch it when it goes wrong too. They like to watch me lose my fucking mind. All right, back to Mark's Toys again. We're ignoring our guest, our stage. We're not.
I'm just happy to be on.
Very professional here, Mark.
Oh God, yes, professionalism, my lord. So, Mark, you were originally Toys of a Time Gone By. And you changed your name to Mark's Toys and Games. Now, I know why. Joneser knows why. And you may have even told everybody else why earlier today. But I'm back again. So tell me, why Toys of a Time Gone By, first of all? And second, why change that to Mark's Toys and Games? Go, sir.
All right. So originally, I felt like Toys of a Time Gone By was like our toys that we had in the past. You know, like that time is gone, so we're moving to the future and we're getting our nostalgia back for those toys. So they're gone from the past, but they're coming back. And didn't realize the name, you know, I like the name. It's easy for me to say the name and it's easy to flow. But I was noticing that a lot of people were having a lot of trouble with the name. Pretty much the last year. They were having a lot of trouble saying the name, remembering the name. And I was like, well, I got to really do something to make it more simpler. And I liked when I came up with Mark's Toys and Games, I was like, well, if somebody remembers Mark's, they can remember Mark's Toys and Games, or they can remember my name, Mark. They don't have to say, "Hey, toys," or toys of and they work the name. So I felt like just to simplify the name a little bit more, it'll be more memorable, on my channel, and that's what I felt, about it. And I like the name. I like the way it flows, and that's pretty much it. It was just kind of like a one day turned around like last couple of weeks back. I was like, you know what? I'm going to change the name, make it easier. That's
Well,
it.
that's interesting. So you felt like people couldn't remember toys of a time gone by.
Yeah.
I've experienced similar with Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. My buddy Jim, he calls me Bill, but he calls me Bill Wifta because he needs to bring the Weird Fantastic, the WFTA into it.
Yeah.
I go along with that. I kind of understand that. And then I go in. Sometimes I go into these chats. I don't do that often anymore. It's distracting. But I go into the chats of another channel when they're live, and they'll call me weird, or they'll call me Weird Fantastic, and then they can't remember what my name is. And then I tell everybody just call me Bill, and they can't remember that either. So I kind of understand where you're coming from with that. So
You guys got to have a stage name or a fake name. Me.
well, like Joneser.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Batman. Don't know
Well,
who I am. Period.
We have Rolo in the room here. The at collector D3W is actually our friend Rolo.
He
I
was
don't
here
like
to
these
see the
hashtags. I don't like these hashtags one goddamn bit. I wish that it showed the channel name on there instead of the hashtag or what do you handles. Rolo
well, that it brings this conversation around where he was talking about changing his name. When I first made the channel, I called the channel Motu Joneser. And then later I changed it to Joneser's Comics and Toys, which I thought is a better name. It's a better name.
And we still call you Motu Joneser.
Or just Joneser. Most of the time people just call me Joneser.
Well,
but I changed the name because it's a better name. And even though I don't really make any content anymore, but it's still a better name. So I get it. But yeah, this whole use your handle in the chat and channel name somewhere. I don't know.
I'll tell you a secret about this channel here. First of all, I ain't changing the name from Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures at fucking all. Second of all, I don't give a shit. If you know my name is Bill or you don't know my name is Bill, if you call me Wifta, you call me Weird Fantastic or whatever, or you call me Weird Toys or Weird whatever, I don't care. I just want you to watch my freaking channel and subscribe.
Fair enough.
That's definitely the right thing.
And I'm kind of afraid to change the name of this thing, because it's been the name of my blog.
It's a good name though. Dude, my name.
It is a good name. Yeah.
My name
is a good name.
You don't want to be Motu Joneser.
Motu Joneser.
I don't even collect it as much anymore or buy it as much. They should call me
Dojatron says I only have one name.
Yes.
Another reason why I changed it is because in my other, it may sound weird to you, but I felt like I'm doing a lot of Motu videos. I'm doing mostly Motu videos, and I wanted to put the games in there because I wanted to try to maybe do some board games or some other stuff, I wanted to add.
Let's talk about board games for a minute, Mark. So you got me going here. What kind of board games are you talking about? Vintage?
Yeah, mostly vintage board games. I have some vintage. I have a few vintage board games I'd like to kind of put out there and check out that I haven't opened up or looked at.
Give us some examples.
Fireball Island.
Well, like I don't have that one, but I have the Honeymooners board game from like 1985.
That's pretty.
I have that's like looks like a fun game, and then I have like I have a Monopoly game that I kind of like would like to take out and look at, and I have a game. I would like to get like some other games, like some of the there's a game with a skull, like I forget the name of it. It's like this. No, bite your finger. Remember, bite your finger, and you put your finger in the Dracula's mouth and puts a red dot in your
I
on
remember
your
one with
finger.
when the Little Shop of Horrors came out, and it was a big plant, and you ate marbles. I remember that.
Do you remember a game called Dark Tower?
Yeah, I do actually. Yes.
Somewhere around here, I've got a commercial with Orson Welles doing the commercial for the Dark Tower game, but it had like this tower. It turned on a little axis, and it had it was electronic, and it would when it was your turn, it would and it would spin, and little pictures would come up on it, and basically the premise was you had 4 kingdoms. In each kingdom, there was a citadel and a city and whatever, some ruins. And you had to go to each one and collect a key. And once you had all 3 keys, I think it was a gold key, a silver key, and a bronze key, you could unlock the Dark Tower if you put them in the right order or some shit. I can't remember exactly how it went, but that was the coolest game. And I didn't have it. My buddy across the street had it. So, me being me, I decided to go on the eBay and see how much they go for. That goddamn game goes for fucking too much. And finding one that actually works is almost next to impossible. But that is the coolest. That was the coolest game back when it was by.
That sounds like a fun game.
It is, and like you would have it was you and your army or whatever, and you were going through the kingdom, and you'd roll the dice and go so many spaces, and then something would happen. Brigands would attack, and you'd have to fight and all that kind of crap.
I like all them kind of games, board games, or role playing games, or dice games, card games. Yeah,
I used
puzzle.
to play a little
Give
bit
me
of
down with a
the old
puzzle.
D&D back in the day. If you're talking about tabletop role playing games. But yeah, I love games. Matter of fact, when my daughter was living in the area, she moved back to West Virginia. But when she was living down here, we actually filmed a day of us playing Mousetrap.
The man in the pan.
Oh, that's a fun. Yeah, that's fun. That game.
I have like 3 different versions of Mousetrap here because the game actually went through some iterations. There was the original game. I've got one of those. Oh, there went John.
Where do you
Give
go?
me a minute.
He took his camera
Give me
offline.
a second.
But anyway, then there's the version that came out back when I was growing up. That had the cheese slices in it because they said we're spending too much time trying to get to the cheese wheel. Let's use cheese slices. You can use the cheese slices to move your man ahead to get to the cheese wheel, so you can do the. And but anyway, then there's the version that's out now that you can go buy at Walmart. It doesn't have the crank on it anymore. They took the crank off of it. You just pull the stop sign back and let it go.
What?
That's
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's it.
The new ones that Walmart got?
Yeah, is that the one where they took the crank off of it? I think it is. And the other thing that they did is they used to actually have a big I think it was pink in the original, big old bowling ball that went through the bathtub. They took that out and replaced it with a silver ball bearing, like they use the same one that they use for the rickety stairs.
We got that one for Lyric. Probably, I don't know.
Mousetrap was a fun
7-8
game.
years ago, something like that. Whenever he was Mousetrap age. How old does a critter have to be once he's Mousetrap age? I think they're
Mousetrap age is anywhere between, I'd say, 5 and 95.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So long enough he doesn't knows not to eat the marbles.
Right. We don't want to eat the ball bearing. I mean, it would probably just go right through you, but that would probably not.
Yes.
Speaking of Lyric, Mark, I don't know if you've been watching the old Joneser up there, but Joneser used to have a co-host with him named Lyric, and Lyric I think has grown up and said to hell with all that shit.
Yeah, he's 12. He's doing his own thing. He's gonna be 13. He's
One of my favorite episodes of Joneser's show. He was doing something with Lyric. I don't know what it was, and Lyric wasn't cooperating. And the next thing I know, Joneser it just cuts and comes back, and it's Joneser sitting there continuing to do what he's doing, and you can see Lyric behind him playing video games with his little slippers on.
Yeah, he's way beyond a lot of this stuff now. He's like making up his own games on laptop now. He's a pretty smart kid.
That's cool. That's cool. I've watched that kid grow up.
You have.
Yeah.
And it's funny you speak of my channel or whatnot. I haven't made content in probably over a year, or like sporadically and every once in a while. And I think the main reason for that is, if I'm being honest about it, is it just kind of took away from my fandom. Didn't have time for it. I'm working a store, working a full-time job. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a collector, and I'm a fan. And it got to the point where, like, oh, a new figure came out. I have to buy it so I can make a video, so I can do a review, so I can and it's just like it stopped being fun. I'm here to do this stuff when it's fun, but like when it's not fun, I'm out.
Well, I kind of went through that for a little while. I have to review this figure because I bought it. No, I really don't. And then the other thing that used to get me was, well, I didn't get a chance to put my video out, and Mr. Home Arcade's got his video out, and Joe Blow's got his video out.
There's a few of them that get it first, and then that's just where all the hits go, and that's the game. If you're doing it for the hits at all,
he told me a long time ago, and it went here, and it went here, and then it went around inside of here, and never stuck, but it came back suddenly. It was on the circular file. It came back towards the front again. They don't watch it to see the brand new review. They want to see you review it. They want to see what you think. They want to see what you're, and like I said, the Mark Taylor Grayskull that I have over here that I've been threatening to show you guys now for the last 3 months. When I finally get down to setting it up, what I plan on putting all of that one back there, the one that I have in the closet, the new Origins, put them all out and let you see them and see what the differences is, if there is any. I think the only thing different in this is the paint job and the stickers. Otherwise, everything's the same except for that little play mat.
I love it for that mat.
Well, see, I bought one years ago from the Power and Honor Foundation that was on canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if it's the same damn artist, because it was Mark Taylor's sketch, but somebody like Rudy Abero, I don't know, somebody like that went over it and redid it so that it looked nice from a small picture. You have to blow it up. I'm wondering if this one is the same one or whether it's different. I want to compare those, and nobody's done that.
Yeah, it's true. I drew that actually one day. I really wanted that so bad, that mat. So I actually ended up drawing the whole mat myself.
Oh, really? I would love to see that.
I'll send you a picture of what I drew. I do have it. I'll send it to you. I took a picture of it, and going back to the whole idea with being the first to review these figures and all that. I don't care if I'm the first to review the figures myself. But I see people spending big bucks just to have it be the first one to do it. And I say to myself, I mean, how much do you have? Like to me, it's either you're putting everything on credit or you have unlimited funds. You know what I mean? I just don't know. I
It's
say to
not.
myself, how do these
It's
people
not.
do
It's
it?
not. It's not. It's not that. What you're seeing is people who are they've got more money than they know what to do with, and they're buying stuff before it actually comes out.
Or they just
And
got a connection. Maybe they know somebody that
yeah,
gets it
some of
early,
some of
you
these
know,
Yeah.
people are
or
some of these
maybe
people are
Mattel
getting it.
themselves is giving it to them if
Yeah,
their channel's
Mattel's
big
giving it
enough.
to them, and they've
If their
got
channel's big enough, there's definitely free advertising. Here, kick a couple to these YouTubers early, and we can get these things sold. You know,
like Mr. Home Arcade. I mean, he's always got everything first, and he says that he doesn't have Mattel don't send him nothing free. He
they
always
don't.
says that.
They don't. They don't. They don't. I will tell you now that they don't send him anything. That's true. However, Mr. Home Arcade has got a mucho dinero. Okay, if you know what I
he's got a
mean.
successful channel. He's got
He's
money.
got it.
He's
Not well.
big.
It's not just his successful channel that's bringing the money in. Believe it or not, that's not bringing the money in hardly at all. What's bringing the money in is Mr. Home Arcade's job. I kind of know what he does. I'm not going to out him on that, but I kind of know what he does. And he's making mucho dinero. He's got 2 houses. He's got a huge basement. He's actually
Cool.
got a real home arcade,
Cool.
Yeah.
and he's got sources for this stuff. He's buying stuff
Yeah,
overseas.
so there you go. Like I said, he's got a hookup. He's got a homie. Got a friend.
You know those
Good.
$10 figures, that gold Skeletor that came out in the beginning and all that. That little $10 gold Skeletor figure that
Uh-huh.
came out, the Motu Core line.
Right.
Were people
And
selling that one for like $200, like not too
somebody
long ago?
bought that.
Yeah.
Somebody bought it for $300.
I know. I was hoping to find a gaggle of those because I get lucky at my Walmart. So they have like a clearance aisle for $10 a piece.
Hang on for a second, guys. Hang on for a second, guys.
Yeah.
One of our new viewers, Da Vinci B, is in here asking. I missed the old one I had. Didn't it have something you held that made your voice echo? You're talking about Snake Mountain, my friend.
Yes.
I have that too, that Snake Mountain.
And
it
Gojatron
works.
says buying stuff just to make a video is fool's gold. I did it a few times, but no more. And right now on the screen, I've got my blog up where you can see Mark Taylor's original version of Castle Grayskull here, the one that he made for a prototype. And there is the playmat that he made. And that was the playmat. I don't know if you can see what I've got up on the screen here. You might want to, look at YouTube to see it. But there's the Power Honor Foundation made this playmat here, and you could send off to get it. And I actually had that at one time. I've got it in there rolled up in the closet with my Motu stuff. But let's see if I can pull it. See if there we go. We can see it on a big screen there. And you can see there that Mark Taylor has signed it. And the one I have has Mark Taylor's signature in the middle of it like that as well. But I'm wondering if the playmat that comes in this is the same as this Power and Honor Foundation playmat. I'm just kind of curious about
I'm
that.
kind of thinking that you were saying that I think you were right. It was redrawn. I'm thinking it was redrawn to,
I can't remember
but
who redrew the thing. I want to say it was like Rudy Barrow, but I might be wrong on that. I might be misremembering that.
imagine that was they actually made a 3D style playset out of that. Like, wouldn't that be even? That'd be so
Well, you know
cool.
what? Here's the thing. These guys that 3D print shit.
Yeah.
I bet. I almost bet you money that there's somebody who's done that. As a matter of fact, I think I might have even seen somebody who's done that as a 3D.
Dude, there's a $1 million idea right there. 3D print one of them little surround things to go around your Castle Grayskull, like that scene.
Yeah.
3D, and you could walk through it and then just make Castle Grayskull bigger like that. There's the idea. Boom. Somebody go. Make money.
You gotta have the good 3D printer for that.
Then get sued by Mattel.
Well, yeah, you get sued by Mattel for a lot of things. But Mattel's not as bad as you think they are when it comes to that, though. Who was it? one of the customizers that sells custom shit. What was his name? I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah. Well, let's see. Here's the thing: if you're get big enough to where Mattel recognizes and sees you and sues you, then they see you got a good business model here. They might want to take you to the
Very true.
side and say, like, "Hey, let's talk, or we'll see you in
Well,
court."
they cut some kind of a deal with him, but
Don't say
Barber
Barbarossa
Barbarossa.
Customs. I bought some shit off him on
Yeah,
eBay.
he
Barbarossa Customs, good stuff.
Barbarossa. That's him.
Recommend.
Barbarossa. He cut some kind of deal with Mattel so that he could continue doing that stuff, and they get some of the money.
There you go. You make good stuff, you know. Especially, I had some of this stuff because I had a vintage Scare Globe, and I didn't have the cape. Didn't have the stick, so I got a cape from the Cape Master, and then the stick from Barbarossa Customs, and saved myself probably $400 buying that.
I bought a lot of stuff. I bought some figure kits from him as well. He does a red Beastman figure kit that if you buy what Lee has and you combine it with what Barbarossa has, you can get the perfect one. So Rolo caught a glimpse of something on my old blog. It was an ad at the top for Grimshaw, which is a friend of mine's company, and he makes almond eye glasses, and he wanted to know what those were. Well, I will tell you what they are. Okay. Back in the old days, there was a joke and novelty company. I want to say that it was like I can't remember the name of the company. Anyway, they made these glasses called Chinaman glasses, and they had the Chinese eye in there, and they had the little upswept eyebrows on the glasses, and they were called Chinaman glasses. Well, those were, I guess, in the last decade, were deemed racist, and they were taken off the market. Now, a friend at the time, he had a joke and novelty shop in Memphis called the Fun Shop, and so he couldn't find them anymore. Well, it's in Memphis, Tennessee. There's a company in Memphis, Tennessee that makes paper glasses. They make the X-ray glasses that are sold for the Trans Science Corporation. They make 3D glasses like you wear to watch a 3D movie. They make all these glasses. He cut a deal with them to make almond eye glasses that are basically Chinaman glasses. And yes, the word Chinaman is a racist term, they say, but that's what we used to call people from China. We used to call them Chinaman back in the day. You can't do that anymore. So those of you who want to cancel me for saying the word Chinaman, I've been canceled before. Joneser was here when it happened, and I will be canceled again in the future. I'm just telling you what is. I'm not saying one way or the other.
Here's the thing, like I can remember being a kid, and we sat at the lunch table at school there, with all the friends, and we had friends of every race, creed, color, nationality, whatever you could say. We're all in 4th, 5th grade. What are we doing? We're telling each other little jokes, little racial jokes and poking fun at each other, yeah. Why the Polish library closed? Somebody stole the book. And everybody would laugh, including the Polish kid. And we were all friends. No one said, "Hey, Kyle, you're black. You can't sit here." We just told jokes, and we all laughed, and we're fun and friends. And I think the world's just too soft nowadays. It takes itself too serious.
Yeah, you're right.
Get too mad about stupid things. It don't matter.
There's the ad there on the screen. Grimshaw Novelty, home of almond eye glasses. And there's the kid there wearing a pair of almond eye glass Chinaman.
Nice.
The same thing we when I was going to school, I'm from Jersey. So so when I was going to school, everybody we didn't think like, anything of it. We just were all together in school. We didn't It was all nationalities, all races, all everything. We didn't even think, differently about anything, and it's just you can't say like certain words now. Everybody has become like where they're crying about everything now, and it just
I think it's
I
turned
don't.
the other way though. People are fighting back. People are like, you know what? This is what it is, and if you don't like it, don't listen to me, and that's fine. You know, like it's not a big deal anymore. You know, I think this whole cancel culture thing and the scare of none of that's real.
All right, here we go. I finally found the pictures I was looking for. Spectre Creative over there, the mighty Spector, actually
Yeah,
stole pictures off of my page here to put on his blog. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't ding him for it like somebody else did because I don't care. Thank you for showing my pictures on your YouTube page, Spector. Anyway,
that's great.
here is the mat with my Grayskull on it. And here's probably a pretty decent picture of it right here if it'll load. There we go. So what do you think about that? Oh, there's George Valentine. Howdy, sir. I see you. I am old for war and for political correctness, but I promise to behave. Yeah, okay. There you go. So you can see how the Grayskull, the actual vintage Grayskull, fits on the mat right there. Several pictures of it here in different positions.
Greatest place set of all time, I must say. Castle
It,
Grace.
I agree.
Greatest place set of all time.
It is number one on a lot of different a lot of different lists. That is for sure. And there you can see it on the other side with it opened up. And I'm thinking that this play set that it's coming with this Mark Taylor Grayskull repaint back here is this play mat just on a piece of cloth instead of this was screen printed onto a piece of canvas, and I cut it out.
Cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Close to the original ideas you're gonna get, you know.
Although I do think that what we got from Mattel, the mat itself we got is actually pretty good. I mean, it's actually not that bad. You know, it's not a thick. I'm not saying it's a thick mat or anything like that, but it still ain't that bad. You know, it's still really not that bad.
I think somebody was bitching about it being made out of flimsy cloth. It's not flimsy, first of all. Second of all, cloth is a lot better than that rolled up piece of canvas that I got that wants to re-roll back up. I had stuff holding it out at one time in pictures of apples and a couple of different things on it to keep it from rolling back up again. The pictures that I'm showing on the screen now are when it was before I actually cut around the edge of it and cut it out of the cut the canvas apart. But here
I have to say, Bill, that Grayskull that you created there, that you painted, is one of the nicest ones I've seen.
Well, I appreciate that.
One of the nicest ones I've really seen. It just looks incredible.
I appreciate that, sir. It was a work of love, and I think there was actually one where I had it laid out in the yard, and I took black spray painted the whole exterior black, and then I actually just did a series of dry brushes on top of that. I've seen a lot of different ways that people have done these, but I learned a long time ago the shortcuts, and you can
That
see.
definitely looks more like the prototype, the one you did.
Well, the thing a lot of people don't understand is they look at this thing and they don't see the detail that was put into it. You really can't see the detail until you bring the detail out. But there's a lot of freaking detail in this thing, and each one of these stones is unique. Each one of the stones in the castle is unique. It is. It follows Mark Taylor's idea as well. His idea was that Grayskull would not be symmetrical. It was to be asymmetrical, lean one way, lean another way. The cheekbone on the skull is higher on one side than it is on the other. That's all purposely done. Now on the Origins Grayskull, it's more symmetrical. It's the same problem that Mark had when he designed Grayskull. And he sent it to the prototype guys at Mattel, and they kept coming up with these prototypes. And Mark will look at the prototype and goes, no, you got it all wrong. It's too symmetrical. It's too symmetrical. And they're like, we don't know what you mean, Mark. So Mark Taylor said, fuck you guys, I'll go make my own. And then he went and he made his own.
Yeah,
and,
but this hero didn't fit through the door. They had to redo it.
Just turn it sideways and stick it in.
And shove him through the hole.
Yeah, they had to redesign it a little bit from his prototype.
If you think about it, we kids didn't care. We just threw him right through that.
I would have complained to no end. He-Man don't fit through. He was right. That would have drove me nuts. You don't fit.
Vinci V says that's amazing looking. I appreciate that, sir. In the early days, we got to see some cardboard stuff as well, but I'm just one of the channel fossils who's been around since Sea Monkey times. Hey, that's a good piece of lore there for the channel. Martin, do you know what Bill's Weird Fantastic Toy Adventure started out as?
Sea monkeys.
Yes.
You don't
ding, ding, ding. I'm proud to know that you knew that. Yeah,
I watched some of those older ones. Yeah.
Bill's Sea Monkey page. My blog was called that as well. And if you go back far enough in my blog, you can actually see the old blog entries from back when it was. I think some of the links are broken in it, but it's still stuff is still there.
I do some customs too. I just actually finished I created my own scare mare. I bought a Batman horse.
Okay.
And I painted the wings, and I created my own scare man for my vintage scare glow. And I just finished them.
Okay.
So I'll send you the pictures, later on if you want to see them too.
Sure.
I could send you guys the pictures of the scare mare I did, and it glows in the dark too.
That'd be awesome, man.
I do some customs here and there. I mean, I don't do a lot of customs, but some here and there whenever I get the idea of some, because I don't like to mess around with my figures too much. But I will do, if I think it's going to make it a little better, I will do it. But obviously, there's sometimes that when I do something like that and I ruin the figure, I'm like, oh, man.
You guys can't hear it, but the people that are watching can. We're feeding the ducks right now, if you know what that means, folks. That means it's time to go. I actually stayed on a lot longer than I intended to. I usually try to do about 30 minutes in these little afternoon shows, but hey, what happened? Joneser came in, and then Mark came in, and we decided to really tax the system and see how bad. Oh, it's over. Yeah. I've got to go to bed because guess what? 4 o'clock in the morning comes awful fucking early in the morning, guys.
Yes, it
so
do.
I gotta get up and go to work. Now, Mark, don't go anywhere. Jones, don't go anywhere. Y'all stick around in the control room for a minute after I let the show go. But you know what we say here, folks? We say keep on collecting and stay fantastic. And we'll see you next time right here on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. In the meantime, have a good journey. Special thanks to the channel supporters. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like, subscribe, and share the video.